Hi, my name is Robert Simons. Thank you for being interested in the class of a CSU travel abroad to Israel. I'm going to show you a little video and tell you a little bit about what the class is about. So I'm the professor and chair of the Department of Urban Studies in Cleveland State for 31 years. I've taught travel abroad classes a couple of times. I take classes to South Africa as well as Israel. In Israel twice, South Africa once. And I've lived in South Africa and in Israel, both professionally, once on a Fulbright, and South Africa, and twice on a Lady Davis, which is kind of an Israeli Fulbright for researching and doing teaching over there. So what the class is about, it's a class that we're going to meet during the semester on Sundays, once a month. It's a hybrid class. And every month we'll do read, discuss, write, and present on a topic. And the topics are Israeli culture and government, high-tech business, driverless cars in particular, agriculture and Bedouin land rights, and real estate. And then we're going to take a 10-day trip together. I'm looking for 10 students. I've got about 5 already signed up, so time is limited. Thank you. All right, so some of the content of the class on the Jewish culture, what's one of the main topics. It's a little bit of the difference between Jewish, Hebrew, and Israel. I'm going to drill down a little bit, talk about the alphabet, talk a little bit about scripture, although I know a fair amount about it. That's not what the class is about. The class is about culture. It's not about religion. But we found that a lot of people of different religions certainly are welcome to come to the class, and they find it very satisfying. There's lots of languages. It's Arabic, it's Hebrew, a little bit of English, and even Russian. And you got Jewish, Muslim, Christian, and Baha'i. You've got lots of historic sites, from ancient Roman sites to ancient Israeli sites and other sites and so forth. And everything's kind of piled on top of itself. So here's a little bit about the alphabet. And you'll have a chance to write your name and write a couple phrases in Hebrew if that's what you want to do for a little extra credit. We're going to do a lot of visiting. We have 9 days in the country. We're going to visit a couple of things every day. Fairly small country, about the size of New Jersey, so the distances aren't that great. And we're going to visit Akko, which is a Crusader castle, and a tourist site with a cable car up north. Haifa, bustling town with a lot of work and a great university, and the Baha'i world headquarters. Cesearea National Park, we'll spend half a day there. It's lovely. Netanyah's a nice beach town, hot real estate market. Jerusalem's got a lot of the Christian old sites and other fantastic things there. We'll also visit Hebrew University and Mobileye and the Museum on the Holocaust and the Shuk. We'll go to Tel Aviv. We'll see a whiskey factory and a museum and a not-for-profit mobility startup company. And then we'll go down to the desert. We'll see the Dead Sea and the Masada Fort or National Park. And we'll go down to the desert and see an agricultural research station and a rural settlement called the Moshav, and visit the Bedouin, have lunch, and also visit university. So just a couple pictures of what you might find. This is the picture of the last trip I took with my class, just about right before COVID started, and early 2020, and some pictures of Cesearea with their famous aqueduct. And up in the north, there's pictures of us at the Technion University, and some pictures that you might see from some of the hilltops up and around the north area. And then there's the Baha'i world headquarters structure, just a fantastic. And Akko is a Crusader fort town, and he's got a lot of great developed stuff inside and out. And then we'll visit Jerusalem. This is some of the architectural areas, very old city, thousands of years old. High-tech business, we're going to do that. We'll look a little bit about driverless cars, and how driverless cars is focused in the economy. We'll look at Intel, their manufacturer, and also their purchase of Mobileye and the chips, and we'll visit the Mobileye folks and see some driverless cars. Here's some of the products they have. They have a couple products. One is a driverless car system, and another is basically a very simple device that tells you when you're tailgating too close. And we'll hear a little bit about their business plan. Then we'll visit Tel Aviv. It's a very modern city with a lot of exciting, cool stuff. Very hip, very secular. And then we'll finally go to the desert, where Israel is quite dry, very dry. We have a couple inches of rain in the south. So they've done a very good job of fostering agricultural business. On the other hand, you've got Bedouin, which are Arabs that are living in Israel, they're Israeli citizens, and trying to plan for that is a very challenging situation. So we'll go down and visit them as well. And here's a couple of pictures. We'll take a float in the Dead Sea, and you can see the desert blooming there, and we'll ride the camels. So anyway, Israel's got a very hot real estate market. It's a mature and small market, only a couple of banks. Housing affordability is much more critical there than it is in the States. You have some foreign buyers coming out, and you can see that the housing markets are hot. There's more cranes in a town like Netanya with, say, 500,000 people than you'd have in the whole state of Ohio. Very, very hot markets. And you have some on the shores, you have some in the center of the country, some in Tel Aviv, et cetera. You can see the prices are high. And anyway, here is the flyer. If you want to get a hold of me or get a hold of Julie Good, who's the coordinator, you can get the links there. Anyway, if you're interested, I'd love to have you along. So that's what I have for you today. Thank you very much, and hope to see you in class.